Great. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on the roadmap to e-commerce success. We appreciate you taking time to be with us today. I'm Brian Dekoff, and I'm the VP of Sales here at PC Bennett Solutions. Our team of consultants and programmers has been providing end-to-end business software solutions to our clients for over 20 years now. We originally started out as a Microsoft Dynamics ERP reseller, and we're currently one of the top partners for Acumatica's cloud ERP software, which we've been involved with since Acumatica was first released in 2009. Also with me today from PC Bennett, we have Nathan Newberg, Technical Sales Engineer, Ben Kress, our Customer Success Manager, and J.R. Dudley, our Business Development Manager. And I'm going to start out by providing a brief introduction to our topic and then turn it over to Nathan for a deeper dive. And then the four of us will be available at the end to answer any questions that you may have. You can also ask a question in the meeting using the chat at any time. So today we're going to be talking about the different factors that will impact your journey in the e-commerce market space, as well as some of the ways we've helped our clients use technology to successfully manage their e-commerce activity. So let's go ahead and talk about the e-commerce market from a high level. Now, I don't think it's going to come as a surprise to anyone that e-commerce has increased significantly over the last couple of decades, and even more so in the last few years. When we talk about e-commerce, we divide the overall e-commerce market into two main segments: B2B, or business to business, and B2C, which is business to consumer. So let's talk a little bit about the B2B segment. B2B started out as just a small segment of the overall commercial market, but it's grown to where it will soon equal or even surpass the traditional selling channels. The buyers out there who used to make business purchases based on years-long relationships, that's all changed now, and they're migrating towards more online and faceless purchasing. In part because that's what they do in their personal lives, so they're comfortable with it. And in part because of a younger generation being a larger part of the workforce. Also, think about the items that are available from multiple suppliers. There can be pretty fierce online competition, which results in great deals to be found for the buyer. So because of these factors, B2B e-commerce sales are now nearly $8 trillion a year, and with an expected growth rate of close to 19% over the next 4 years, B2B e-commerce sales will reach almost $19 trillion by 2026. But as we said, there's two segments, so that's only half the story, because the business to consumer e-commerce market is on a similar trajectory. Consumers like the convenience of ordering online, and that trend was accelerated recently by COVID, and is obviously not showing any signs of slowing down. So currently, B2C e-commerce sales are nearly $6 trillion a year, and with a slightly slower expected growth rate than the B2B, for B2C, it's around 11% a year. Sales should reach nearly 10 trillion a year by 2026. So that's the e-commerce market at a high level. Let's dive in and take a little closer look at one specific market segment, which is one of our specialty areas here at PC Bennett, and that's the automotive aftermarket. So we talk about the automotive aftermarket. Each industry and each market segment is different. And in the case of automotive aftermarket, then the graph that you see there, the large blue B2C segment is actually twice as large as the B2B market. So the big drivers in the B2C market for the industry are a lot of the same factors that I mentioned earlier, but there's also other factors like the wide variety of new products that are being developed. Pretty incredible the things that are coming out these days. So we see many of our successful customers are actually addressing both B2B and B2C with their products. One example is the restylers that we work with. And let's say there's somebody who sells and installs seat covers. That might be sold to a consumer for just a one-time event, or it could be part of an ongoing relationship with a car dealership or a company that manages a fleet of vehicles. Another example, let's take a company who installs custom accessories. So those accessories could be for, say, a fleet of work vans, and they need a place to store their supplies and their equipment they're going to use on their service jobs. Or it could just be if you're a consumer wanting to trick out their vehicle. So yeah, hitting both of those markets. So before I turn it over to Nathan, let's take a look at a specific example of a company in the automotive aftermarket that we recently helped to grow their e-commerce business. We have a client called Van Cafe who had been in business for about 15 years, and they began selling online in around 2018. They're also somebody who has both type of customers. They do B2B with companies that have transit vans and are needing accessories like a rooftop deck. And they also have B2C customers who are enthusiasts for 1980 styles vans. And they were doing okay, but they wanted to improve things, so they asked us to help them with their improving their e-commerce results. And we took a look at their needs, and after making changes to their website and to their back office ERP, they showed immediate improvement. Their order volumes jumped by 24%. The average order value increased by 77%, and the overall increase on their revenue was 119%. And that was just within the first 2 months, and they've continued to see a great success rate. Now, obviously, each business has different selling environments and challenges to overcome, and that's where our experience comes into play. So I'm going to turn it over to Nathan so he can share some of the factors you'll need to consider as you lay out your e-commerce strategy. Nathan?
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for that great introduction. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Thanks, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and stop my video during the presentation just to save a little bandwidth. If anyone has any questions, feel free to submit them in the chat or the Q&A, and we'll save a little time at the end for answers.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about e-commerce and how to get from where you are to where you want to be, or maybe where you should be, quickly and intelligently. Some of the topics we'll be discussing today have to do generally with the state of e-commerce in the world today. We'll talk about who's doing it and why, and who's not, why we should be considering it if we're not, what's important in choosing your solution, some of the similarities and differences in the options out there, such as marketplaces and platforms. Do you need something hosted, or is self-managed better for your business? And most importantly, what happens after the cart? E-commerce is big business, and every day more retailers, distributors, and manufacturers are joining the race, elbows out, trying to squeeze out that extra bit of performance. In that $8 trillion B2B space, distributor e-commerce is a market that's projected to grow 25% to $1.4 trillion in 2022 alone. Specialty Equipment Market Association data, or SEMA for short, who's been around since 1963 and is responsible for bringing together all kinds of automotive businesses from OEMs, car dealers, equipment distributors, installers, retailers, and restorers. In their recent State of the Industry report, smaller manufacturers are more likely to use direct-to-consumer channels, especially online, with 62% of all sales versus those made in-store. There are a ton of benefits to selling online. You're there, present in the global marketplace 24/7. You can bring new products to market faster or remove slow-moving items with a few simple clicks. You'll be offering secure, contemporary tools to take and fulfill orders in the fastest, most economical way possible today, and empowering your customers with the ability to do it themselves with features like order tracking and order history with minimal cost to you. And in terms of time, this can mean a huge savings in reducing the amount of phone calls and emails, not to mention significant improvements in customer satisfaction. Some folks just want to order online, even the buyers making purchases for your business customers. With an e-commerce website, you can provide that service and create and retain those customers who simply prefer an online shopping experience. You can offer assistance and accessibility and an alternative way to reach you for anyone, anywhere that may require it. When the unexpected happens, you can quickly reposition and not be limited in presence to only your bricks and mortar. When it comes to the race, you can't win if you don't finish. And in today's hyper-competitive marketplace, Businesses that want to compete just won't make it without an online store. And yet approximately 74% of small business websites have no e-commerce capabilities. And over a third of small businesses don't have a website at all. Until recently, businesses trying to set up an e-commerce site found it too technical, cost prohibitive, or both. Today, the good news is there are many options to fit any business's needs and budget. There's never been a better time to get out of the paddock and onto the e-com track. In this presentation, PC Bennett and Acumatica will help you navigate the most popular options to implement e-commerce and the advantages and disadvantages of each. We'll also discuss why you should consider integrating your e-commerce platform with your company's back-office business applications for things like accurate and real-time financials, inventory availability and warehouse management, and more. Consider this your roadmap to e-commerce success, regardless of which route you take to get there. As we start looking at the types of e-commerce solutions for your business, you'll want to consider some important things like the kinds of products you sell, how you sell those products, and the customers that buy them. Do you have a lot of SKUs or only a few? Do your products have options like size or color? How do you handle those variants in your accounting? Do you sell primarily to consumers or to businesses? What is your monthly sales volume? Both the quantity and the amount can matter. Do you have more than one warehouse or location? Do you sell internationally? Features like currency conversion and language options are things to consider here. Do you have anything you don't want to list and sell online? How will you manage fulfillment? How often do you expect returns? Knowing the answers to questions like these will help you find the best e-commerce solutions for your company. Not all e-commerce solutions are the same, though. Businesses that sell mostly to consumers, commonly known as B2C, have different requirements from those that sell mostly to other businesses, which is what we're talking about when you hear B2B. Whichever solutions you choose, they must have the features your business needs to sell to your market. Here, you see some of the examples that are important to each of these two main categories. In contrast to consumers, businesses tend to purchase in larger quantities and on credit and involve more stakeholders in the purchasing decision. As such, B2C e-commerce sites require a different set of features to facilitate selling your products online. Selling online has been around for decades, but it's mostly been consumer-oriented, and that's simply no longer the case. The convenience has become too common and, dare I say, expected, even in B2B nowadays. People in purchasing and procurement buy items online too. B2B e-commerce sales are on the rise. A recent study showed B2B e-commerce sales in the US have already surpassed $1 trillion, and that number is only going to grow. So if you're a B2B company that hasn't started selling online, now may be the time to take a serious look at e-commerce as one of your channels. Products can be sold online through a variety of platforms and marketplaces, and nothing prevents you from selling through more than one. In fact, we have a good number of clients already doing just that. All e-commerce solutions offer the tech to display your products, provide a shopping cart for your customers, and commonly have options for taking and processing payments on checkout. A shopping cart lets users view and select multiple products, make changes in selection and quantity, and when ready, complete their online item selection and proceed to checkout. The checkout refers to the pages after the shopping cart, where the buyer completes the purchase and enters their information for billing and shipping addresses and options and payment info. Each of these technology solutions, however, has benefits and drawbacks. Marketplaces are a kind of e-commerce solution where many sellers display and sell products to buyers through a single website. The company running the marketplace owns the website, and vendors pay a small fee to sell their products on it. These are places like Amazon and Walmart, eBay, and Overstock. Marketplaces like these make it easy for vendors to get their products online and start selling the same day. Plus, there are already potential buyers coming to the marketplace who are willing to purchase products like yours. They can offer a high volume of traffic immediately, and it can be a quick way to expand your online presence and even serve as a path to generate more leads and sales. They require a minimal setup by the seller, and they can handle virtually everything from credit card acceptance to warehousing to order fulfillment. There are some things to watch out for here, though. The high fees marketplaces sometimes charge will cut into your profit margins, and they can be substantial. So make sure you do your due diligence here. Merchants have limited control in terms of branding and what they can sell. Marketplaces operate with their best interests in mind, of course, and not necessarily those of the seller, meaning payouts can be delayed, sometimes taking weeks or even months, and your competitors' products might appear right alongside your own. Marketplaces can also give preferential treatment to larger sellers, so those just starting out may have to earn their place in the algorithm. Considering their reach, though, the built-in customer base, and logistics abilities, marketplaces should be seriously considered as one option for your e-commerce solution. PC Bennett is proud to offer native Acumatica integrations with BigCommerce and Shopify e-commerce platforms as well. E-commerce platforms offer many advantages over marketplaces, being a commerce-enabled website that sellers manage themselves. Having control over your e-commerce site makes it much easier to establish your brand identity and monitor website activity than is possible through a marketplace. A website lets merchants build a relationship with their customers and engage with them regularly through automated marketing tools, emails, newsletters, informational blogs, and more. That said, with each of these platforms, the seller must assume more responsibilities and manage the site. Plus, it's up to you alone to spread the word, which can come with a considerable marketing expense. There are many e-commerce platforms on the market today, and they come in a variety of types, with each type having its benefits and downsides. Generally, though, e-commerce platforms fall into two main categories. Self-managed sites that you install, configure, and manage the site yourself, or hire someone with technical expertise to do it for you. And if they're open source, it means you have complete access to the source code, giving you the ability to modify or customize the software to meet your unique workflows. Hosted platforms use a software as a service, or SaaS business model. These systems are available for monthly subscriptions, and they're hosted and managed by the software provider on your behalf. These platforms are truly turnkey. You simply sign up, are given access to the site by the hosting service, and then you can begin adding your product listings and building your website. Most hosted e-commerce options are intuitive enough that anyone can build an e-commerce shop without prior development or coding experience. You can see some examples on the screen. Using a dedicated e-commerce platform, be it hosted or self-managed, offers several advantages over marketplaces, including control over your branded URL and user experience, ownership of your site data, more in-depth user behavior analytics on your site, and the ability to extend your brand. In addition to selling products, you can offer educational resources, videos, and engaging features like message boards. Like anything, there are also some downsides to self-managing your e-commerce site. It can take a significant effort to build and maintain your e-commerce site. It takes marketing dollars to create awareness and drive potential clients to the site, and complex site interactions may require development resources to modify back-end coding. Here we have some other considerations for your e-commerce solution that can apply to both marketplaces and platforms. Make sure the e-commerce solution or solutions you choose will help you to get your company and products noticed by search engines, as well as the capability to move up in the search engine results and rankings. Know the monthly charges for using the e-commerce service. Find out if there are fees per transaction and whether these fees increase as transaction volume increases, either by dollar amount or by the number of transactions. Understand the costs of having your inventory and fulfillment handled by a third party, along with any additional fees, restrictions, and requirements imposed. Understand your responsibilities to provide a secure method for accepting credit cards and payment card industry compliance. Be sure your product pages load in a reasonable amount of time. Long load times can frustrate customers and cost you potential sales. Learn if the solution has pre-made themes that will display appropriately on any size screen. If it's a tablet, a phone, a laptop, and even when it's rotated. Find out if the solution offers a service that captures the user's shopping cart information if the buyer abandons the sale before entering payment or shipping information. Determine if the solution offers the ability to filter product listings by applying various filters such as size, price, color, manufacturer, things like that. Read reviews and check references to establish the available support for the solution you're considering, and make sure to ask and look around to see if the solution is easy to use and if there are training tutorials available. Most mid-market businesses require or are already using an enterprise resource planning system, or ERP, to manage their company's financials, inventory, warehouse management, order fulfillment, business insights, reporting, and more. Your ERP is the critical link between your operations and your e-commerce store. This integration of systems means your customers see accurate product pricing and availability, and your back office processes are updated whenever a customer places an order. There are many benefits to integrating your e-commerce website with your ERP, including product and pricing information updates made in the ERP are populated automatically in the e-commerce store. Orders received via e-commerce are automatically reflected in your financials, resulting in less manual entry, higher productivity, and reduced errors. Seamless handling of returns and refunds. Customers can see item availability in real time, eliminating the risk of frustrating them or sending them to a competitor. Self-service capabilities empower customers to manage invoices, view past orders, and track shipments, taking the burden off your staff and giving customers more control and visibility. Real-time reporting in the ERP lets you track your business performance, including sales, inventory, returns, profitability, and more. Business intelligence tools help you make more informed decisions about your business, such as spotting trends and identifying inefficiencies. However, to make this work, your ERP must be able to integrate with your web store, and not all ERPs can do this effectively. Most e-commerce sites, whether platforms or marketplaces, offer an application programming interface, or API, that lets your ERP system communicate bidirectionally with your e-commerce website. Unfortunately, many older ERP solutions lack the adaptability to work with these APIs or use modern web technologies to integrate with your e-commerce solution. If you are a growing company, ready to have a powerful ERP system integrated with your e-commerce storefront, we can help. The Acumatica Commerce Edition is an ERP that comes e-commerce ready out of the box. A modern, flexible, configurable ERP solution, our Retail Commerce Edition provides seamless integration with the best-of-breed e-commerce platforms and marketplaces, including BigCommerce, Magento, and Shopify. This critical integration allows information to flow in real time between Acumatica ERP and your e-commerce storefront. Your customers will have access to real-time pricing and product availability, place orders, view order status, manage accounts, display discounts, and more. Additionally, Acumatica ERP connects your e-commerce channel with your back office, from financials to order fulfillment, for seamless operations. Acumatica Commerce Edition also offers native support for customer-specific pricing, products with variants, multiple warehouses, discounts and promotions, shipment tracking, advanced payment methods, online and offline invoice history, faceted search capabilities, pick, pack, and ship capabilities, and more. Acumatica provides an omni-channel solution that grows with you and offers the flexibility to run your business your way, streamlining and automating every aspect. Our goal was to make the most sophisticated, cost-effective, commerce-enabled ERP in the mid-market, and we think you'll agree we've done just that. Integrate your e-commerce web store with Acumatica for a flexible, limitless, unified commerce solution that lets you create unique customer experiences and keep customers for life. Our implementation partners can help you optimize Acumatica for your business. Contact PC Bennett Solutions for more information on how Acumatica can help your wholesale or retail business get on the road to e-commerce. Thank you to everyone who's joined us today for taking the time to listen, and we hope that you were able to glean some new insights from this presentation to fast-track getting your e-commerce business started or continue it moving forward in the right direction. If you have questions or would like to know more, please reach out to us at sales@pcbennett.com like you see here on the screen, and one of our knowledgeable consultants will help guide you on your roadmap to e-commerce success.